Hey, Serena.
Hey, Emily.
Hi, I have a question for you.
What is your question?
Do you like Taylor Swift?
I actually don't. I changed my mind.
Bye, I'm leaving.
Alright, podcast over.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Taylor Swift, what song have you been listening to recently?
I can't stop listening to I Can See You.
Okay.
Like,
come on.
actually obsessed.
I see you.
I haven't had, well, actually, that's not true, because all the girls you loved before I had this same, like, visceral reaction to of, like, at first I was like, no.
Oh.
And then suddenly, the second time I listened, obsessed. Can't stop. Like,
Really?
legitimately crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, love that. So, I Can See You was one of those vault track, one of those songs in general. Hearing it for the first time, the intro, I was like kind of hooked immediately.
Well, I shouldn't say I didn't like it at first, because at first I was like, whoa, this is so different. It didn't sound like Taylor to me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, like, it was a good vault track, but it wasn't my favorite at first. And then I listened to it legitimately a second time and was like, never mind, I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah.
And I haven't stopped listening to it.
No, I'm right there with you. I feel like first listens for me are really hard.
I'm so critical of first listen.
It's I think we talked about this last time too. It's just, we have all these high expectations. It's just really tough. I was like recording myself listening to the vault tracks for the first time, so I could like look back on it in the future and be like, oh my god, this is hearing my favorite song for the first time.
I should do that.
You should
That's
do it.
That's a good idea.
Although I will say, halfway through these vault tracks I stopped, because it was literally not because I didn't like them, but because it was me in my bedroom holding my phone up and just like me also trying to like hear the song, listen to the lyrics, and my face was just very like non-expressive because I wasn't understanding anything that was happening.
And you don't want to like force expression if it's not there.
I didn't want to force it. I was just like, oh wait, what did you say? Like I can't hear lyrics the first time I listen to songs.
I always like read the lyrics as I'm listening to it the first time. I need to. Or I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening if I don't.
There's no way. It's like she's enunciating so well. We'll talk about this later. But her enunciation in this album is insane. So like it's not
because it's not that great the first time around.
No, it's not.
In the stolen version, she's like, sometimes I'm like, what is being said?
No, yes. Again, we're gonna talk about this later for sure. But I'm like hearing things differently. Like even just like if it's a single word that she's saying, like, oh, that's the word. I thought she said like and, not like whatever.
Else, yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
What song are you listening to?
Well, I'm gonna stay on theme here.
Perfect.
And choose a Speak Now song.
Okay.
It honestly, it's one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever, and Taylor's version did this for me better than Revenge.
Okay.
Don't laugh at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. But we need to talk about this because
we do.
Okay, so
embarrassing.
We just
Okay.
Okay. So we're recording this. So we launched literally the podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to hear this episode as the second episode. We're going out of order because we pre-recorded. So we decided we were going to do this. We pre-recorded like 3 episodes, I think. And then we were like, Speak Now Taylor's version came out. And we just needed to like speak on it in
the next one.
It needed to be the next one. So in 2 episodes, you're going to hear us say some things that make us sound very stupid.
We are a little stupid.
Because we were very convinced that Better Than Revenge lyrics were not changing, and very much like, if you think that, you're insane.
Yeah.
And as we know now...
Me just being like, you're all stupid. How could you ever think that? Taylor's not going to change the lyric. Like, it doesn't make sense.
And now here we are, the stupid ones.
Now we're the stupid ones.
Foolish one
literally
is us.
Actually, she wrote that about us.
So...
I apologize.
Yeah.
I am open to being wrong, and I take accountability for my actions and my words. And in this case, I was so very wrong. And that's okay, because you know what? The Taylor's version of Better Than Revenge, like, lifted my soul out of my body.
So, I'm still upset.
You're upset by the lyric?
I'm not so upset that she changed the lyric. I'm more upset with what the lyric was changed to.
You don't like
I just feel like she's like the greatest lyricist of our time, and
well, okay, let's be honest. Speak Now isn't full of the greatest lyrics of all time, so
right. And if you have a chance to go back a decade later and adjust.
Okay, but do you want one line to be so good and then the rest of the album to be so, like, so
because
far?
It was so good before.
Yeah.
It was just, like, punchy before, and it's not now. And I still like the song, and I understand why she changed the lyrics. When it came out, what she had to say about it, I was like, okay. Like, I respect it. I get it. I'm not mad that you changed the lyrics, but I don't like the new ones.
Oh, no. I disagree. The lyric change, it bothered me at first, but I think that it bothered me because I saw spoilers on Twitter before the Taylor's version came out. So I saw people saying, like, oh, it's officially changed. Like, the audio was leaking. I, like, deleted Twitter for the day because people were pissing me off.
I hate when people leak.
It
just why are you doing that?
Especially less than 24 hours before it's coming out.
Like, be so for real.
Yeah.
I also, though, how were people getting it early? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Like,
why are you looking for it? Why are you actively searching?
It's so annoying.
Yeah, so that just bothered me so much, and I was really mad about it for, like, a whole day. But then I heard the song, and of course it's jarring when you first hear the lyric, but you know what? I don't care. I might still scream the words wrong when I'm singing along to it by accident. But
yeah, because you're just so used to it.
It's just muscle memory. But honestly, I'm not mad at it. I just think the production on this song and, like, that, like, voice in the background that's, like, how do you even explain it? I don't know. The background lyric, vocal, whatever. Distorted. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's insane. Hearing that and then the da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's so good. It's such a good song. And I was away last week, so I haven't listened to Speak Now Taylor's version that much because I was away. And I was very busy with what I was away doing, so I couldn't really, like, listen to it that much. So I listened to it, obviously, a couple days before. Then the first full week we had with it, I was not present. So I need to listen to it a little bit more still, but, like, because I've been really just listening to bonus tracks a lot because I wanted to learn them.
Yeah.
So I know all the other ones.
Right. So, yeah.
So I haven't listened to them as much, but don't worry, this week I will be. But we think we need to talk about the Twitter chatter of, like, people not liking it.
What, Speak Now Taylor's version?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I've seen a lot of people complaining.
I'm hearing opposite.
I've seen so many complaints about production and not liking it, and, like, people being really upset. Not what you've seen?
No, not what
I've seen TikToks too. I saw this TikTok, a few TikToks of people being like, it doesn't capture the magic of the original one.
Whoa.
And I was like,
no, I feel like it enhances it.
I agree.
I really feel like it's so crisp.
I love it. Like, I thought it sounded so good, and I love her more mature voice.
Yeah. Like,
she's just gotten better.
Uh-huh.
So I'm, like, thrilled with it, but there are people that are not happy with it, and I was like, rude.
No, that's wild. Because immediately, even, like, I can understand being a little upset losing her, like, country twang voice that she had for the first couple of albums. Like, that's, like, a little, but I really felt like I was taking notes as I'm listening to these songs and hearing mine for the first time. One of the things I wrote down was, like, oh, the twang is still there. Like, she brought it back.
Yeah.
Not as much, obviously, but it's
still there a little bit. And, like, I saw a lot of commotion about Last Kiss and, like, how it wasn't as emotional, and, like, I'm like,
shaky breath is
like, people freaking out. But then I saw this other TikTok where somebody pulled the production down and it was just her voice, and I feel like it's still there. Mm-hmm. Like, take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay, guys.
You take the deep breath now.
Yes.
You take your shaky breath and, like, calm down.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's funny because we're not the biggest Speak Now fans in general.
No.
So the fact that we really like it.
I know. Maybe that's why, though.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe that because we aren't, like, diehards. We're, like, happy with a little bit of differences. But if it was, like, your favorite and it was a little different, you'd be like, I love the old one. So maybe that's why we're like...
Okay, I get it. But I also think that if you still think that, you need to touch grass.
Yes.
Because if you... I don't know. It's just, again, hyperfixating on, like, the little things.
And like, let's remember why she's re-recording the music.
Yeah.
And, like, just focus on that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be okay. You got 6 new songs on your favorite album, so shut up and sit down and listen.
And throw a party.
Now go stand in the corner and think about what you did. listen to that song more than I listen to the vault tracks, I think.
That's amazing.
I keep going back to it.
What is your favorite vault track?
Oh, wait, let me, hold on. Not me looking at the list, like, huh. Oh, Electric Touch.
Okay. When the album came out, me and Emily were texting, and I was like, at first, like, no, pass.
Yeah.
Not it. But when, again, I said to her, I listened to it in the car, and that always changes things for me. I need to listen to it in the car. I don't know why. There's something about it.
Yes.
And you know what I was thinking about today that is so weird to me that I just, like, it just clicked for me today? If We Were a Movie is not on Speak Now TV.
Yeah, she put it on Fearless.
Which is so bizarre. Why?
Well, she didn't write it. Or she wrote it, but not, like, just her.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I think she wanted Speak Now to be fully self-written.
Yes,
and that's why she
her.
just kind of threw it at us back in March. She's like, here, have this song. So now it's on Fearless.
I think when it came out, like, before, I was like, oh, maybe she needed to put it out for a reason. I thought maybe it was going to be in a show or a movie or something, and that's why she did it. And then it was going to be back on, and I don't know why, just literally today when I was driving him for my nail appointment, I was like, wait a second. If We Were a Movie, it's not on, like, what did she, what? And I knew she re-released it. I knew it had the Fearless album cover, but I figured it was going to get switched back once Speak Now came. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because at that time, we didn't know when Speak Now was coming.
Yeah.
No one really talked about it either, because she dropped at the start of, like, the day tour started.
Yeah, it was the same time as All the Girls You Loved Before, right?
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but that is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time.
Dang, that's crazy.
I love that song. I don't know why I love it.
It's a good song.
It's a great one.
My only memory of that song, I mean, I have listened to it. It's not something that I, like, reach for. Because, again, I was in Arizona. I literally, this is so off topic, but not really, because it is Taylor Swift, flew to Arizona. Me and my sister were on the same flight, and we were meeting up with our two friends there who weren't on the flight at the same time as us. So when we landed, I just opened my phone to, like, 15 texts, and it's like, new songs from Taylor, 4 new songs from Taylor at midnight. And I'm, like, dry heaving. My sister's sitting behind me. I'm like, did you see? Did you see? At that point, I didn't even know that they were, 3 of them weren't even new.
Right.
Yeah, that was wild.
There's just something about the I Want to Teach You How Forever Feels in that song that just, like, just does something to me. I don't know.
Honestly, rip. R.I.P. That's so sad, though.
I know. It's actually the most
ouch.
Deep cuts.
Some things are, like, devastating to listen to now.
I just really wanted, like, I don't really care about Joe that much, to be honest. Like, I just thought he was just, like, whatever. Like, I just didn't really know him. But she seemed so happy, and, like,
yeah, she
I just wanted it to last because of that. Like,
yeah, you know what? It was, like, I've always thought it was weird that they weren't seen in public and that he didn't go to at least walk the red carpet with her. But at the same time, I'm like, she's really, really happy. This is what they want collectively together. They don't want to be seen. They want to have a very private life. Whatever. I think it's weird, but I didn't think it was that weird if that's what you're choosing. But now, like, hearing maybe she did want to walk the red carpet with him, and, like, maybe he just didn't want to show up for her. Like, I'm gonna cry.
I could cry right now. I
know,
she deserves all the happiness in the world.
Oh, God.
And I know that happiness doesn't need to come from a man, but, like, it's clearly something she wants in her life. How could you let Taylor Swift go? Like, truly, how could you do it?
If you're afraid of successful women.
Well, true. And that's embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing. Like, you fumbled the best bag you could. You fumbled it. It's gone.
Yeah. Couldn't be me, but whatever.
Anyway. On to other things here. So, we have both ranked Speak Now TV. And I'm scared. I'm scared of this.
Are you scared? Yeah.
Because people are violent.
They are.
About their song rankings. Like, I was watching Steven.
I adore Steven.
He is so adorable on TikTok. I don't know his exact TikTok name, but I love him. And I was reading the comments of his ranking, and people were brutally livid with him.
Oh my God,
and I'm like, guys.
Steven is one of the bravest soldiers in the whole world because he has been ranking things
forever.
For years.
And ranking is so hard. And he still does it. And I'm like, He's so brave, truly.
Sometimes I'll go, because now you can, like, downvote comments. Sometimes I'll go in just his comments, no one else's. I really just go in his, and I downvote all the bad ones.
Well, he needs to be protected. He needs to be protected at all costs.
Steven, the number one Steven protector. Love you, Steven, so very much.
Like,
ranking is really scary.
It's scary, and people get so passionate about it, and I'm like, I just need to start off and say this. There's not a Taylor Swift song I don't like, okay? One has to be last. All right? Like, can we just say that from the beginning?
That is the nature of a ranking, people.
Like, there will be an order. And I'm sorry if it's not yours. Please forgive me. And still listen, okay?
They're all number one. This is just how we rank them in the number one spot.
Exactly. They're all my favorite, but...
This is, honestly, it's a little hard to visualize. I didn't realize until we did this that there are 22 songs.
22 songs.
That we're ranking here.
22.
Because I did the song sorter on Tumblr.
Okay.
Because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to sit here and, like, actually figure out in what... I mean, maybe I could have, but the song sorter took forever, and I was like, what's going... 22 songs? That makes sense.
It's a lot.
And it's hard to... Yeah, it's going to just be hard to see. Maybe we'll post the ranking so you can, like,
visualize
it.
Yeah,
better.
We can do that. So, do you want to go through, like... You'll say your number one, I'll say... Well, we can start from the bottom.
I was going to say, do you start from the bottom?
We can start from the bottom, but do you want to do that, like, your 22, my 22, or, like, my whole thing and then your whole thing? Don't you love us figuring this out in real time?
We're like, should we go with the plan? No, let's just go in raw. We have a ranking that's...
That was the only plan.
Oh my god. Maybe we should go your list and then my list.
Okay.
That way we can, like, fully process what's happening.
Okay.
Okay. I love that.
Alright, so I'm really scared to say my number 22.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah.
You're scared? Is it Dear John?
No. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. That's like the first... Is it a vault track?
No. I really feel like it's actually probably not that unpopular of an opinion, but...
Superman.
That's my second to last.
Wow, okay. I have no more guesses.
Ours.
Can I give you a spoiler?
Yeah.
Mine's Ours too, the last one.
There's something about that song that just doesn't do it for me.
It's giving Target commercial. Like, Old Navy back to school.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Agreed. And then it's Superman.
Okay. No, that's fair.
And
honestly,
then...
I have been listening to Superman a little bit more recently and being like, okay, it's not as bad as I used to think it was, but...
It's fine. It's not, like, again, there's not one I don't like, but it's just not my favorite.
Period. Okay.
And then it's When Emma Falls in Love. I don't know if maybe I just haven't listened to it enough yet.
Yeah.
It's just...
No, I think that's a fair...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then number 19 is The Story of Us.
Wow. No way. Well, as you're telling me these, I'm going back and looking at my list and seeing where
it ranks in comparison.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Wow.
Okay, so this next one might upset some people, but it's Innocent at 18.
It's gonna upset some people, but I think it's also...
When I was younger, I loved that song. Like, loved it. Just, like, it's so dramatic. I love when Taylor's dramatic, but as an adult, it just doesn't resonate with me as much as it did when I was younger. So it's at 18.
Yeah.
And then number 17 is Castle Crumbling.
Ooh. That's gonna hurt some people. That's gonna hurt me, being honest.
I like it. It just, like, doesn't... I don't know. Again, everything needs a position, and this is the one I'm putting it in.
Yes.
And then 16 is Speak Now.
Speak Now 16 for me too.
Wow, twins.
Crazy. Okay.
And then 15 is Electric Touch. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I like it. I do.
No, I understand. I can't actually be upset at this. I'm not. I'm just... 14
is mine. And honestly, in hindsight, I might flip those. Like, I might bump Electric Touch and put mine. Actually, I'm going to make the executive decision and say mine is 15 and Electric Touch is 14.
Okay, I can live with that.
And then 13 is Timeless.
Oh, wow.
I like that one a lot, but...
Your vault tracks are, like, down there at the moment.
Well, I just feel like the nostalgia of some of the older stuff, the nostalgia beats it out for me a little bit. Except I Can See You because I'm just obsessed. Then 12 is Mean. 11, Never Grow Up. And honestly, I only put this so high because I feel like this is kind of high for this song for most people because of the kids. Like, when I hear this song with them, I literally am in tears. And, like, if a song moves you to tears, it needs to be pretty high on your ranking.
It does, yeah. I feel like it's really high for people who, one, have kids or, like, are really close with
kids. Yeah. So, like, if I didn't have that relationship, it would probably be, like, pretty low on the list for me, but that just...
That's why it's so hard to rank, too, because it's not just about the song and the lyrics. It's about, like,
the way it makes you feel
to it.
and stuff, I know this one's gonna upset you, so I'm just...
Is it better than Revenge?
No. Oh. Number 10 is Haunted. I knew this was gonna upset her. I knew it.
Me just gasping at all of these? Okay.
Number 9, Better Than Revenge.
Okay. Ouch.
All right.
It's okay. You can have your ranking because mine might upset you. So
okay, and then we'll talk about it then. Yeah. Number 8, Sparks Fly. 7 is Foolish One.
Wow. Okay. You're gonna be okay.
I love the differences.
I know. I can't wait to like look at them side by side.
Me too. 6 is Last Kiss. 5, I Can See You. 4, Back to December. 3, Dear John.
Okay.
2, Enchanted.
Oh. Okay.
And then Long Live is number 1 for me. Will always be.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah.
And also, I feel the need to apologize for my sniffling. I'm so sorry. Camp did me dirty.
I don't even notice it anymore.
Well, that's because you've been with me. And
that's true.
Listening to it. All right.
That's a solid list.
It's a list.
It's TikTok comments. It's definitely a list. That's what they all say. That's a list for sure.
I'm like, guys, isn't it fun that we don't all agree?
I think it's so fun.
Like, it's fine. Wow. Yeah, I'm not 100% confident that this is like my end all be all list, but I'm pretty satisfied with
for now.
Mm-hmm. For like not listening to the whole thing that much yet because of, like I said, I was away. So I re-listened, and we decided we were gonna rank it. I re-listened to the whole thing, and then did it. So
yeah, good.
All right, I'm excited. Let's hear.
Here we go. All right. Woo! Okay, coming in hot at number 22. We all know this because I just said it. Ours.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's where it belongs.
It should have stayed in the vault, honestly. I mean, it wasn't a vault track, but she should have... Anyway, love it. Love you, ours. Okay, 21. Foolish One. I knew that was coming. Yours was so high. I was like...
I had it at 7 for comparison's sake here, guys.
It's so plain to me.
I think it's so cute.
Cute?
It's cute.
It's like, Foolish One, you're never gonna find love. Nobody loves you. Wow, what a cute song.
Maybe because I don't have love. I'm like,
me either.
It's me. I don't know. I just feel like it like captures the essence of like having unrequited love, of like having feelings for someone who doesn't care.
It feels very teenage, which I guess
is not. And that's what Speak Now is to me, so that's why.
Okay. There you go. Sure. All right. Whatever. You can have that one then. I'll take it at 21. It's fine. Number 20 for me is Superman.
Yeah.
It's bound to be down there, honestly. Sorry, Superman. Do not come for me. There are, like, hardcore stands.
There's Superman stands, for real.
Yeah.
That's the hill you choose to die on. I'm sorry.
Find another hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a good one.
It's whatever. Okay, number 19 is Never Grow Up. I don't like that song.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to listen to.
Yeah. I feel like it makes sense. Yeah. Like I said, that it's only because of the kids. For the kids, it would be like 19.
I struggle with like feeling like I never grew up, period. So that's just hard for me to listen to. Like thinking the first time I heard this album, thinking in 10, 15 years I would be in a totally different place than I am now.
Right.
And like coming to terms with the fact that I'm not. And nothing has changed in my life.
It's like a hard one to...
It's really hard.
Well, that song, this is so... Again, the drama. I remember listening to that my first night of college in my dorm room, sobbing. Like...
It's a rite of passage. You have to. Like...
Wow. If you have that experience, please let me know. Of crying.
I probably did too. I don't really remember.
Like, I meant the people. Specifically, just you. But, like...
Oh, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But, like, that song will always be, like, that to me. I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay, coming in at number 17 is Enchanted.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Really low. I have always been an Enchanted hater. And I say that with love.
I'm surprised by that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always been like... You know what's so funny? I posted a TikTok once, and I was like, oh, here is my favorite song and my least favorite song on every album.
I remember this.
And I was like, you have to guess which one it is.
I remember this.
I put my favorite song on Speak Now, and then I put Enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite song on Speak Now is also a fan fave. So people were like crying in my comments.
Like,
they're like,
freaking
you
out.
are psychotic. Like, I was like getting threats basically.
Of course. So please don't be in love with someone else. Just
no, I think that's the worst lyric she's ever written.
Shut up! I love it.
Don't have somebody waiting on you.
I love it.
Come on.
I don't know. So good.
Okay, whatever. But needless to say, that's not my least favorite. I just did it for the drama, but it is on very low on my list.
I love that you did that for the drama.
Yes.
And it got you what you wanted.
It did.
Comments. You know what? I love when people on TikTok, the person that made the TikTok is kind of trolling a little bit, and people in the comments like freak out. It's like,
so seriously.
Thank you for giving them what they wanted.
Oh, thank you. I'm in the creator fund, so I'm making money off of your hate.
Every
so
single comment.
hating.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Really.
sorry.
All right, right above Enchanted, we have Mine. I never really liked that song.
Makes sense.
It's, very whatever. And then Speak Now, coming in at 16.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah. Could live with it. Could live without it.
Yeah. 15 is Timeless.
Okay, I had it at 13, so pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. 14 is Dear John. I know.
To be honest,
yeah.
I would have ranked Dear John probably a little lower, but I thought people would have lost their minds on me.
Well, looking back, like when I first started TikTok 3 years ago, I would do rankings sometimes, and I would do like my 13 favorite Taylor Swift songs. Dear John was always one of my top 10 songs. I don't know what it is, but like when I did the song ranking, I didn't realize what was going in what place. So when I saw this list, I was like, wow, that's actually shocking. But looking at it, I'm like, I would listen to all of these songs over Dear John.
So this is my thing, is I like Dear John, but it's not a song I go to listen to that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think lyrically it's really pretty good. Like, it's like one of the better ones of Speak Now, because like you said, Speak Now is not her most like lyrically incredible album of all time. Mm-hmm. And I ranked it pretty high because I do like the lyrics a lot, but I don't really listen to it that much.
No. I think it is one of the best lyrically written songs that she has.
I agree.
I'm not going to listen to it.
I guess maybe because it's just so sad that I'm just like, I don't really gravitate towards that in my like everyday life. But when this album came out, I was obsessed.
Oh, me too. And I think it's genius the way the production is too, to like sound like a John Mayer song, allegedly. I think
for entertainment purposes only, it's one of the best things she's ever done.
Mm-hmm. No, it absolutely is. So, yeah, sorry, Dear John, but not sorry. Okay, right above that, I have Mean.
What? 12?
13.
Oh, I had it at 12.
Okay, yeah, right there.
So we're close here.
Yeah, Mean is good, and then Innocent is right above that.
Okay.
And then When Emma Falls in Love.
Okay.
11. That's. Oh, I was gonna say that's not the first vault track on here. Never mind. That's the third one. Okay, so we have When Emma Falls in Love, and then right above that is I Can See You at 10.
Okay. That hurts a little.
Okay. All of my vault tracks are like clumped together, because then I have Castles Crumbling at 9.
You have Castles Crumbling over I Can See You?
Yes.
I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed in you. Such a local. Picking this single? How dare you?
All right. It's a good song.
No, it really is. I was somebody who, listening to Castles Crumbling for the first time, I was so disappointed because I had high expectations for Hayley Williams being on it, and I just really thought it was going to be so good. But since then, I don't know. The lyrics have just...
Their voices together.
Yeah, and they sound really great together.
And you know that's getting added to the set list when they tour together.
Oh my god, I hope so. It's gonna be incredible. We also have to talk about this later, after this ranking, but there are so many, like, parallels to Long Live in that song. That I was like, it just did something to me. Okay, and then right above that I have Electric Touch.
Okay.
Which is my favorite vault track. Actually, this is shocking. I can't believe I have Last Kiss at 7. I feel like that should be lower, but we'll keep it there.
I had it at 6, so.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good song. Again, I feel like Last Kiss and Dear John for me are like very similar.
And they're such sad songs.
They're sad, they're long, they're slow. Not that that's a bad thing. None of those things are bad.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, number 6, I have Sparks Fly.
Okay.
5, The Story of Us.
Whoa.
Which you put so low.
Yeah, I had it at 19.
Whatever. It's a next chapter. Like, come
I
on.
love that part of the song.
Come
That's
on.
one of those songs that, like, if it's, like, being sung, like, at, like, a Taylor Swift dance party night thing or whatever, or if she played it in concert, I would be losing my mind, loving it. But it's just not one I really go to, like, listen to a lot in, like, everyday life.
Totally fair. A ranking is a ranking. Everything needs a spot. Okay, 4, I have Back to December, which I think yours was, yours was 4
same.
too. 3 is Haunted.
I had Haunted so low.
I know you did.
I had it at 10, and you had it at...
That song is, like, so pop punk to me, and I love pop punk music. So I just...
Yeah, when you said to me, when we were talking about, like, when Speak Now came out, like, we were like, what's the order we're listening to this in kind of thing? And when you had Haunted in there, I knew it had to be one of your favorites. And so when I was doing this, I knew you were not going to like that.
It's okay. I respect it. And then number 2 is Better Than Revenge.
Yeah.
Obviously. And number 1 is Long Live.
If your number 1 isn't Long Live,
yeah.
as we're like, don't judge our rankings.
But we can judge yours.
But I can judge yours. And
because
if it's...
you don't have a microphone and we do.
And if you don't like it, make your own podcast.
Exactly.
But, like, I just...
It's one of those songs. I will be getting a Long Live tattoo eventually.
I just need to see it live.
Yeah.
In the worst way.
I mean,
I've never heard that song
We
live.
both saw... Speak Now tour.
Didn't go.
Oh. Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
You didn't go to the Fearless tour.
I didn't go to the Fearless tour. I just see... I don't remember.
Yeah.
So I did see it live.
We'll talk about this in a couple episodes from now. You have a terrible memory.
Yes, this is true. I had to ask my mom if I went to Speak Now or not.
Yeah. I don't remember. The only song I remember seeing live on the Speak Now tour was Better Than Revenge. Because I remember it being, like, really iconic. That's the only one I have, like, a vivid memory of. So, it is...
So I feel like I've never seen it live before. And so, therefore, I haven't. In my head.
But I feel like it would be more emotional now anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Like, all of the years.
All of the things.
Yeah. Wow, so that's crazy. That's our ranking. That's,
We said what we said.
We said what we said. We'll take it or leave it. You're probably gonna leave it. Whatever.
It's fine.
Tell us who you agree with more.
Yeah, right.
And if it's not me, I will find... I'm just kidding.
Whose team are you on? Yeah. Serena or Emily's?
Episode 2, we're already, like, creating enemies. Oh my god.
I can't wait to do this with every album.
I know. Oh
it's gonna be fun.
Where do you say that the vault tracks on this album rank in your
like all-time favorite? Like vault track, like comparison to other vault tracks. So we've gotten Red vault tracks, we've gotten Fearless vault tracks, and now we've gotten Speak Now vault tracks. Am I missing anything?
No.
Okay, Red vault tracks are my favorite.
Period. I agree.
I would put this at number 2.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah,
and Fearless.
Everyone puts Fearless last.
I'm sorry.
Sadly. I don't know. It's Fearless as an album is kind of down there.
Yeah, it's just...
Mm-hmm. I agree. The Red vault track, like, having Better Man and Babe on there, Message in the Bottle, the very
I bet you think about me.
I bet you think about me.
I bet you think about me as top 10 for me. Like, period.
Mm-hmm.
That song...
No, I completely agree. It's one of her best songs.
And I love that she put Better Man on. I just, Red vault tracks are my favorite. I think they will be really hard to beat for me. Yeah. The only thing that probably will is Reputation. And that's because Reputation is my, like, top 3 albums. Yeah. So, but then again, my bar will be really high.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Who knows? Who knows?
No, but
I am right there.
I would put them second for vault track comparisons.
Mm-hmm. Good. Glad we have the same.
We have the same opinion
there.
Wow. That. Love that for us.
Yeah, I think honestly, these vault tracks definitely did wonders for this album.
I agree, and I think this might be bad, but I didn't really listen to Speak Now TV that much. I mean, Fearless TV that much.
No.
Like, when it came out,
I don't really
listen to it once through.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah.
When did that? Was it 2021?
Yes.
It was like April or something.
Yes.
Like, what was going on? What was she doing? Nothing? Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, wait, this is right. She announced Fearless Taylor's version was coming out before we knew we were getting Evermore.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Because I remember posting a TikTok like the next year and being like, oh my god, this time last year we knew we were getting Fearless, but we had no idea about Evermore.
And Evermore just completely overshadowed it.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That's 100% what happened, you're right. And I just, like, I honestly don't think I know the lyrics to the vault tracks.
No, me either. I made like a playlist on Spotify of all the vault tracks just so far so I could like learn them better. And yeah, I was sitting there like, oh, I don't
know any of these, yeah.
No. I mean, I like have a basic idea, but it's like with every other song I know the little like nuances in her voice.
Right.
I don't even know that. I don't know anything for Fearless. That's wild.
Yeah, maybe I need to listen to them a little more.
Yeah.
I couldn't even like name one right now.
Don't you? You All Over Me, Bye Bye Baby.
Oh, You All Over Me. I like You All Over Me.
With Maren Morris.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. And That's When with Keith Urban.
Oh, I like that too.
See, when you think about them,
so it's like, oh yeah, they're good. Like it's like I said, she hasn't written a bad song.
Yeah.
There's just some that I connect with more than others.
I wrote down some statistics.
I'm excited. Let's hear them.
Like the success of all the re-recordings because I thought this was very interesting. So in the first week of sales, Fearless TV sold in the US 291,000 copies.
Okay.
So that's like vinyl, CDs, cassettes, and that's digital downloads too.
Okay.
Red in the first week sold 605,000.
Okay.
Which is wild.
That comparison right there, that's over double.
Yeah.
That's triple.
Well, to be fair, she did a ton of promo for Red.
True.
Like, she hyped that up.
I think Red is one of her favorites.
Yeah, it's her little baby.
I think Red is one of her
favorites.
favorites.
She was expecting that to be one of her biggest re-recordings. But Speak Now, I don't know if you know this, is her most successful re-recording to date.
Really?
719,000 copies in the first week in the US. And 2.1 million worldwide.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? For the zero promo that she's done for it?
Well, the tour is promo enough, though. No, everyone can't stop talking about her.
That's true.
Even people I know that don't even care are still talking about her.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
This is this, I say it all the time, like, this tour is going to be something we look back on in, like, 10, 15, 20 years and be like, it was, like, the moment.
Yeah,
like it is
so
such
cool for going to.
Yes, like it is such a like moment in pop culture that like will be talked about for years to come. Like it'll be like one of those things that we can tell our kids like I went to the Eras tour.
Yeah. But it's so hard to wrap my mind around now because we are such big fans, so we're always consuming Taylor content. So it's like this doesn't feel any different to us because it
just feels like, to me, I feel like she's just like more public than she's ever been. Like, yes, we don't know that much about, like, her actual life, but, like, just, I'm seeing more of her than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I love it. I don't want the Eras tour to ever end.
I'm loving it, too.
Like, what are we going to talk about when the tour's over?
Right. I don't know.
We're screwed.
We're screwed.
No, we'll find things.
Yeah, there's always something to talk about. But it's crazy to me that tour... Like, did she know? I'm sure she knew. Someone in her label, someone somewhere knew that she wouldn't have to do that much promo because of the tour.
Right.
Speak Now. But I just, like, can't wrap my mind around the fact that it really is her most successful recording.
I think her not putting any Speak Now in the set list was extremely strategic. I think at first when people were saying that, I'm like, no, she just doesn't care. Like, you're being, no. But now I think, because people were like, why? Like, what the heck? Like, people were surprised. Yeah. Especially, like, Long Live not being on the set list before, like, was shocking. Traumatizing. Yeah. So, also, if you have 2 tickets to any show in the U.S. for the Eras tour that you're getting rid of, I don't care if they are nosebleeds behind the screen. Please. For face value. Please sell them to me and Emily.
Please. Yeah, please. We, like, desperately have to go again.
The fact that Long Live is now, because, like, we weren't sure. Like, after Kansas City, it could have been the weekend, but she played it in Denver, so.
As soon as she didn't turn around when she was singing Enchanted on that little live stream I was watching, and I was like, oh, she is sick.
She is an evil woman.
She will be paying for my therapy.
I can't believe she did this to us.
Yeah, so rude.
I'm interested to see how the tour changes. I feel like every episode we end up talking about the tour, but it's just... It's the times. It's the sign of the times.
Yeah. You know what is so interesting? So I don't know if you probably did because you're probably watching the live stream too. But she said the other day.
I didn't watch the live streams this weekend because I was at camp.
I don't know if it was this weekend. I can't remember what it was. Okay. But she said something about, it might have been the Speak Now weekend, where she was like, "Oh, this is the first album I'm releasing on the tour, or the first album I released on the Eras tour so far." And people have been freaking out.
It was like so far,
so far. Then things coming.
I think the next re-recording will come out while she's on tour.
I saw a TikTok the other day. One of my mutuals on TikTok posted it, and he was talking about like thinking about when she'll release music next, not based on like Easter eggs or hints that she's dropped, but just purely based on like
past behavior. Yeah,
past behavior, like the way that things are charting, the success she has now, whatever. And he was saying like he thinks, and I think a lot of people think this too, that all the re-recordings will be out by the time tour is over next August.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Especially because like realistically, like she's touring for the next year. Like we're definitely getting at least one more.
Yeah.
I would say possibly two. I do know, like, Reputation has some, like, weird, like, she can't really do much with it, I think, until 2024, correct? Because it has to be 10 years, I think.
No, I don't think so. She was able to start re-recording it, I think, maybe last year? Was it last November?
Yeah, but I don't think it can come out.
Oh, it can't come out.
I could be wrong. That is, I could be incorrect with that. But how do you think re-recordings are going to go from here?
Oh, I think it's 1989, Reputation, and then
Debut.
Taylor Swift.
That's what I think, too. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we got 1989, like, in the fall.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the last LA show, she announced it.
It's 89, 89, hello?
Yeah. I really wouldn't be surprised if the last show she announces it, and then we get it in the fall.
I hope so, because it's such a fall album to me.
And I saw somebody like, this is the perfect summer album. I'm like, it came out in October.
Sorry, I can name like 3 other perfect summer albums from Taylor.
That are not 1989. It is a fall album to me, too. And I think that makes sense to me. Like, she announces 1989, the last show of LA. We get it in the fall. And then, I don't know when she would announce Reputation, but... What do you think about TS11? Because there's been so much chatter about that too.
We're definitely not getting it until at least tour is over. She cannot add new music to this.
I completely agree. I think she will. I wouldn't be surprised if re-recordings got finished through the tour and then there was like a small break and then we got new music.
It's 2025 is going to be.
I think TS11. So, and I think she'll tour again in 2026.
It'll probably come out in the fall, too, because I feel like that's her normal... I
think she's going to try and maybe get back on normal schedule.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, you can't predict what this woman's going to do.
Predict her at all.
She gives us all of these hints, and we still don't know what's going on, so...
No, exactly.
But I don't think TS11 is going to be called Karma. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
I feel like, why would she put out an album called Karma when she already put the song out called Karma? That doesn't make any sense.
The Easter egg, and we're just so dumb.
But then you have an album named Karma with no song named Karma on it? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. You can't...
she's done crazier things.
I commented this too on, I think that TikTok I was talking about earlier, and I said, like, Midnight's TS10 was a shock to me.
Me too.
I was not expecting a 10th album until the re-recordings are over.
Agreed.
I was like, when she was about to announce something at the VMAs and she's on stage being like, my next album, I'm thinking my next re-recording. That's all that was on my mind. That's all that was on anyone's mind. I didn't even expect Midnight's. So the fact to even think about TS11 is I haven't wrapped my mind around TS10. So
correct.
There's no, I can't.
I agree.
No, maybe in like a year you can ask me how I feel, and maybe I'll have a better.
I've just been seeing so many people like talking about Karma. Karma's going to be TS11. 11. It doesn't make sense to me.
Some of the theories, though, I'm like, oh, I don't know. That's
I know, the whole
For
with the writing on the
28.
wall is like the big...
The writing on... Yeah, people cling to one Easter egg that she dropped one time that may or may not even be an Easter egg.
You know what's weird, though? That they changed the time in the I Can See You music video.
Yeah, they did. But I also heard that it
Was just a
I didn't see it
mistake?
for myself, but I thought it was one way on YouTube and a different way on like Apple Music or something.
Interesting, I didn't see that.
I don't know.
When I watched it on YouTube, it said 138. But then apparently now it says 158.
Oh, that's really weird. Because nothing happened to either of those times on July 9th.
I know.
So it's not like it...
I saw something about 138 days from July 9th was like going to be something maybe, which is like possible. But I do think that sometimes we as a fandom take the Easter eggs a little too far.
We see a number and we're like, okay, what does that number mean?
Right, like we turn everything into an Easter egg when I don't think everything is.
I was about to say, oh my god, January 39th. Everyone look out.
January 39th, guys.
I was like, why has no one thought of that? I just had this like brilliant revelation.
January 39th.
Jesus.
That's my favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
So, Speak Now, Taylor's version. Stream it.
We love it.
Replace the stolen version in your playlists. Don't forget to do that. Yeah. And I think that's all we have for you this week. So from here on out, so the next 2 episodes you hear are pre-recorded.
Unless something absolutely insane happens that we must...
Unless she announces DS11.
And we eat our words again. Maybe we have to like manifest things like
the opposite way. Yeah, like we say it's never gonna happen.
So we're not going to LA, guys. We don't have tickets. And then like the next week we're like, sorry for that.
Yes, sorry guys, we actually went to LA.
Yeah.
So the next 2 episodes pre-recorded unless something crazy happens, like Emily said. And I think that's it. You can follow us on Instagram at The Girls Who Live in Delusion. You can follow us on TikTok at The Girls Who Live in Delusion. And I think that's it. And you can follow our personal accounts too.
Yeah, if you want. Whatever.
Just saying.
You probably came from there, so you probably already do.
But if you don't, they're in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say.
No. Great album. Good job, Taylor.
Good job, bestie. We're so proud.
Can't wait to have you on the podcast, Taylor.
Can't wait. Can we be her podcast debut? She's never done a podcast, right?
Yeah, I'm manifesting it. We're manifesting it backwards.
She's never going to come on the podcast.
We don't want her on here.
Yeah, no thank
Stay
you.
away.
I don't want to meet her or talk to her ever.
No. Stay far away.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.